Hi, welcome, I'm Hannah, and I'm so excited because I have new Terra Moons eyeshadows that I'm going to swatch on my eyes. I got these a couple days ago, and I didn't have a chance to sit down and film, so I am so excited because I have resisted the urge to slather these on my eyes. I stuck them in this huge palette, but it's these 10 down here that I got. I don't know if they're looking as incredible there as they are, but they look really incredible to me. It's funny also because I have ColourPop shadows in here, and I feel like you could just tell, compared to like the ColourPop shimmers, how much more sparkly these are even in the pan. Maybe it's not coming up on camera, but believe me, they look incredible. So I got 10 shadows, 6 of them, I believe they're all new within the last couple months. And then I also got the new gray-based multi-chrome bundle, and they looked really pretty and vibrant. I've never tried the multichromes from Terra Moons, I don't think, but they are the $17 shadows, and I said in the video where I swatched all of my Terra Moons, which I just posted, I'll link that down below, that I feel like their prices really do correlate to how good the shadows are, so I'm really excited. I think to build suspense, I might start with the cheapest shadows first and work my way up, and hopefully we're kind of like saving the best for last. So yeah, let's get into that. So the first shadow is Palladium. I'm a little surprised with myself that I bought this, but it does look so sparkly and incredible in the pan. I have a pen mark on my finger, so ignore that. But it looks so beautiful and intense and sparkly. The website describes it as a metallic blush gold, and this is a $6 shadow. Feels so soft. It looks really foiled on my finger. I feel like the camera does not know what to do with that. And as usual, I don't have any primer on my eyes, but I do have a little bit of concealer. Wow. This looks like liquid metal. That's so sparkly and gorgeous. Wow. I think especially if you're someone that likes more kind of neutral tones, but you like that like sparkly high impact look, this shadow's for you. I also think that even though I'm not the biggest on more neutral tones, I think this with like a colorful matte setup would be really incredible. And I think this kind of like metallic rose gold kind of shade would look really nice with a lot of different mattes. If I did like a blind test, like if you put this on my eye and I didn't know which price category it came from, I would definitely not think this is a $6 shadow. Wow, that's so pretty. I feel like these pans just aren't going to focus, but next up is Hydra. This is one of the $8 shadows, and the website says it's a duochrome reddish orange with blue shifts. This is a sparkly shade that has larger microns, and they suggest using a glitter glue primer for best results. I usually don't use glitter glue. I find with my finger especially, I kind of don't need to. It kind of stays well enough, but that's good to know, and it's nice that they give you that kind of information. I really see the Duochrome. The formula, it feels similar to Palladium, so it's interesting that it doesn't say that for that other one. Wow. This is so sparkly. It kind of reminds me of like Grisaille from Cleona. It really has kind of like an intense red base, but that like light and purple shimmer. Even like turning my eye, it looks so bronze. Wow, I can't believe this is one of the $8 ones. I think this is also kind of like a nice like foray, is that a word, into color, because it's not as bold as wearing like a green or like a bright blue eyeshadow, but it's definitely not neutral. That's so pretty. I forgot with the first one, but I think I do want to keep like a little swatch log of these in my hand. So this is Palladium. Oh my god, it's so incredible. And this is Hydra. Yeah, you can see Hydra definitely has that duochrome, but that Palladium, it's like literally liquid metal. These are both really incredible shadows. So next up we have Purple Clouds. This is also an $8 shadow. The website says it's a duochrome lavender blue. The shade of it looks really pretty, but in the pan, this is the one out of all of them that looks the least shimmery. I really see the sparkle of all of them, but this one, I see like a sheen, but not the sparkle. It does kind of feel like a little harder in the pan. That's really pretty. Yeah, as the pan predicted for me, I don't see the sparkle in there, but it still has like a really high impact kind of like reflect. I'm no expert, but I wouldn't call this one a duochrome. It does have that like deeper purple flip without the light directly on it, but I think this is mostly just like a really pretty lavender metallic. I do see though in the swatch though that like that flip is pretty intense. So, you know, maybe they know what they're doing calling it a duochrome. Don't listen to me. I bought 3 of the $13 shadows, and this is the one that I'm most excited about. This just looks so pretty. The website says it's a coral pink chameleon with green and gold shifts. It's called Antares. It looks so sparkly and gorgeous. I'd seen like the swatches on their Instagram for a while and I thought it looked really incredible, and like the second I saw it in person, I'm like, yes. That's so pretty. Oh my god. It kind of reminds me of, I think it's Gingerbread from Luxie, but like, that shadow is really nice, but I still feel like that shadow wishes it was this shadow. Just that like deep pink with that super reflective peach on top of it. Wow. I think it would make like a really pretty one shadow look, but even like as like the shimmer for any kind of matte look, that's so intense and pretty. I love it. I love it. Definitely my favorite that I've swatched thus far. Here's a finger swatch for Antares. Oh my god, that's so pretty. We have 2 more before we get into the multichromes. This one is Gamma Ray. It looks really sparkly. The website says it's a reddish bronze chameleon with hints of green. And when I was looking at this, I would kind of like this one also. I'm like, why did I buy this? It's just kind of like not my usual jam. And then I saw this picture and I was like, oh yeah. Gamma Ray is that one on the top, and Antares, the one I just swatched, is the one right below it. So Antares, I didn't see that like intense green flip like in that picture. So maybe that's a sign that this Gamma Ray won't be as intense either, but like it looks pretty nice. It looks pretty nice. This was one of the $13 ones, if I didn't already say that. I see that green a little bit. This one feels like a little bit lighter than the other ones. That's pretty. It reminds me a lot of 1 or 2 of those Luxie Halloween collection ones. I did a whole eye swatch video on that. I can link it down below. But it doesn't really blow me away that much. It's pretty, but I think those Luxie ones for $3 impressed me more than this one. It just looks like a multi-dimensional shimmery chocolate. But I don't see that like intense green that I wanted to. Yeah, I don't know, it's pretty, but I am a little disappointed. That's Gamma Ray. This one is Reign of Terra. The website describes it as a violet blue chameleon that shifts blue, orange, and gold. So that's a lot of claims in there. Let's try it out. This one's pretty, but my first impression is that it's not necessarily my color. I don't like that kind of like blue shadow that's around it. You know, like I feel like the outskirts of it where like the pigment's not coming down that much. It kind of just looks like a blue outline, and maybe that's a stupid complaint because I would wear this in a look where you wouldn't really see that. So that's just how I feel right now, okay? I like the pink reflect on it. I don't see that kaleidoscope of tones that the website lists. It does look like a deep blue on the outside, Deep blues aren't my favorite on my eyes. So yeah, it's pretty. If this is your kind of color, here it is. It's pretty, but I don't feel particularly jazzed about it. I'm gonna put that on this side. Reign of Terra. It is really pretty. I think maybe I'm being a bummer. It's really pretty. Okay, so for the really fun stuff, I bought these 4 multichromes. I bought a set of them. It was called the New Gray-based Multichrome Bundle, but something interesting to note is that these shadows are 17 individually, and it was 68 for the bundle, so that's exactly 17 times 4. You're not saving any money by doing the bundle. So the bundle is just kind of like for convenience of adding one thing to your cart, but don't get fooled into thinking that you're saving money, because you're not. I'm excited for this gray base because I find sometimes like with my Cliona black base multichromes, it kind of makes them like too intense and harder to wear. I don't like that deep of a shimmer on my lid, so I was excited for these to be lighter in that way. It does say on the website that these are gray-based multichromes, making them softer and less intense, though not any less shifty than traditional black-based multichromes. So I'm a little confused by that sentence, because when I hear like softer and less intense, it makes me think less shifty, but it says specifically not less shifty. So I don't know. Let's just find out. This one is Titan. It's a yellow, green, blue multichrome. You can see a little bit of like yellow to gold shift in the pan. Not too much though. It feels really soft. Looks very gold on my finger. I'm not seeing the multichrome. I'm seeing a pretty yellow gold shimmer. Maybe I'm seeing like a tiny bit of like green in there. And even here, it's like I'm seeing like a little bit of bronze where the light's not hitting it, but nothing as intense as some of those other ones I was swatching before, those duochromes. Let me try to layer it a little bit more. Because even, I feel like it looks more intense on my finger. Maybe I'm seeing that green a little bit more when I kind of pack it on. That's interesting. Okay, I'm not particularly impressed by Titan. Interesting. Do a little swatch. All right. Next up we have Venus, and this one I think you see the like bronze to pink shift more in the pan. The website says it's a pink, gold, green, and orange multichrome. I really like that shade of pink. It's like super bright. It kind of feels a little bit more like that liquid metal palladium one. It does feel kind of thin though. Okay, this one I'm seeing the shift a little bit. I'm seeing that kind of like gold. It looks like an antique gold in there along with that like neon reddish pink. And this one I like a lot more also just on principle of liking this pink tone more than I like this yellow gold tone. It looks really glowy, which is like a cool effect. I think this would be like an interesting shadow to put on like a really pink setup. If you know Forge from Cliona, I think that this in formula doesn't come close to Forge, but I think it's like the baby cousin of it. Like it has those same like greenish, goldish, reddish tones, but it doesn't have as much of an impact. But I like that pink color. I like that pink. So this is Venus. So the next shade is Mercury. The website says it's an orange, yellow, and green multichrome. I think this, like from the swatches I'm seeing on the website, doesn't look very exciting. It looks like it's bronze with like maybe a little bit of like that yellow. I think maybe if I had like taken the time and really thought about the fact that I wasn't saving any money from this bundle, I might not have purchased this one. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not too excited. I think also these multichromes aren't as shimmery as like the duochromes and their other shadows tend to be. and I really like that sparkle. Yeah, it is weird how like thin these feel going on. I tend to like more like thick foily shadows. It's pretty. It's kind of bright, so I like that. But I think other than that, it just doesn't really do much for me. Yeah, I'm seeing this like orangey bronze here and more of like a greeny bronze on the outside. And none of those colors are my favorite for eyeshadows. So yeah, I think I didn't need to buy this one. And I think I could have figured that out on my own. So this is Mercury. Yeah, I like how like bright of like an orange bronze that is. So I think I could get use out of it, but I think like especially this is a $17 multichrome. It just doesn't hit that mark. So the last one that we have is Big Bang. And this one does look kind of like colorful and shimmery in the swatches online, so that kind of gives me like a little bit of hope. I'm coming into this with hope. It says it's a green, blue, purple, and pink multichrome. And I think like in the pan, like it does look like green and then like turquoise. Let's try her out. This so far looks really similar to, I think it's called Verte from Cliona. I'm not seeing that shift at all. What the heck, Terra Moons? It's a pretty shimmery green. It really reminds me of that Cliona shade. But like, I bet that Cliona shade's cheaper. Yeah, I'm not seeing any purple, pink. What else did it say it had? Like all I see is green, but it's supposed to also have blue, purple, and pink. Where? Where? Yeah, none of these multichromes knocked my socks off. I thought they all were going to. That's Big Bang. Yeah, can you believe these are 4 multichromes down here? Where? Like, I feel like this row looks so much more expensive than this row does. This is $6 and that's $17. I did just for a moment see the shifts with my own eyes, not in front of my light. I saw the purple in this one, I saw the green in this one, and I tried to capture it on my phone and I couldn't. And I think maybe it's one of those things that just under intense lights, you're not going to see the same shifts. So I mean, it's tough. It's like I want to be able to see it on camera, so I think it is valuable to swatch it and see if we can see it on camera. But I had gotten a comment on one of my Luxie videos about how their swatches are in direct sunlight, and you know, sometimes these things do show up differently in sunlight than they do in like studio lighting. Like this is just like a ring light, but yeah. So that is noteworthy, and I can attest that I saw this shift with my very own eyes. So I don't know. I can say that based off what I've seen thus far, I am disappointed with these. I said in my general Terra Moons swatching video that I feel like the price really does correlate to what you're getting. So I was thinking that for these $17 shadows, I was going to be getting like the most intense multichromes I've ever seen. And they're not. I would say my biggest recommendations today are Antares and Palladium. But I do plan to keep playing with all of them, and maybe when I wear these out in the light, I'll see what the fuss is about. But it is disappointing that I can't see it here. Also, I should note that these were, almost all of them were on pre-order. The multichromes were, and the more expensive ones were, the $13 ones. So I did wait about a month for this order, but I think that is pretty standard with Terra Moons. And that's everything for today. If you enjoyed this, if you like indie shadow content, please give me a like and subscribe. There's way more of it on the way. And thank you so much for being here. Bye.